watch videos of people eating food, talking about food, making food, or being interviewed while eating spicy chicken wings that get hotter as the interview progresses. The chicken wings interviews are part of a series called Hot Ones, and I have watched so many episodes that I've now memorised most of the hot sauces featured in each season. I once had a first date in a restaurant, and when I arrived, my date was sitting in front of many shelves, all of which were lined with bottles of hot sauce. Shelf upon shelf, every bottle a different brand, and I spotted one of the Hot One sauces to the left of her left shoulder, a sauce called Da Bomb. Da Bomb is described by most guests as the hottest thing they've ever eaten. Everyone hates it, and it ruins lives. I pointed at the sauce and said, "Oh, they eat that sauce in a show on a YouTube channel that I subscribe to." This is how I'd chosen to impress her, by bragging about recognising a hot sauce because I subscribe to a YouTube channel that regularly features said hot sauce. Weirdly, that's not where the story ends. She then responded by saying, "Do you want me to steal it for you?" Which was unexpected. I said no to the sauce theft because I was raised Christian, and then excused myself and went to the toilet because all this crime talk was making me nervous. When I returned, I looked at the shelf and Da Bomb was gone. She looked back at me, smiling, looking very pleased with herself. I had to ask, "Did you steal Da Bomb?" She nodded at me. I was now officially in way over my head and considering going on the lam. It wasn't long before I needed the toilet again. I was dining with an anarchist, for Christ's sakes. When I returned, the scene I was met with was way more confusing. Da Bomb was now in the middle of our table with the lid off, and my date had turned to face the table next to us. Sat on the adjacent table were two guys, both a little younger than me and somehow even more dweeby looking than I was. They were both holding out a finger, and on that finger was a massive blob of Da Bomb. The two boys were looking at my date with hearts in their eyes while she smiled encouragingly back at them. What's going on?" I asked urgently. "You're not going to eat Da Bomb, are you?" We can take it," said one of the guys, looking at my date and not at me. "Guys, do not eat that hot sauce," I pleaded. "I've watched multiple videos where people eat a fraction of the amount you've got and it devastates them, and that's when it's on a chicken wing. They're not doing it straight up." A flicker of doubt passed over both their faces, and my date looked disappointed. "Aw, are you not going to do it now?" she pouted. And then they ate the hot sauce. They ate Da Bomb, swallowed it, undiluted and uncut, a big fucking blob of it. The noises those guys made for the rest of the evening remained the most undignified I've ever been in earshot of. We were there for another hour, and their tortured wheezing and gasps for oxygen didn't subside once. I thought they were literally gonna die. And while they were clawing at the table and sniffing meters of snot back up into their nostrils, my date was looking right at me, completely ignoring them like they didn't even exist. When we left, she stopped by their table, took one last look at them, then theatrically threw her head back and laughed like Cruella de Vil before taking my arm and walking me out the door, leaving them a pair of sweaty, shaking, whimpering wrecks. It was simultaneously the least and most attractive behaviour I've ever experienced from a first date.